Companioned by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Elise Heimbach on 22 January 2017. Companioned. Through days and dreams I seem to walk with one whose feet must shun henceforth the paths of earth, for whom the sun rises in unknown realms I cannot trace, and still there is to me no vacant place. Before me comes upon the air her face. In the deep, luminous, and wondering eyes I read the rapture of a glad surprise. A tender hand is clasped within my own, and on the air there vibrates still her tone. O friend, on whom the vision shines today, what mystic sway hath wrought its spell o'er thee? What fair desire, as o'er that sea of glass with mingled fire, thy way hath sped? What fair desire is born within thy soul? What strange, sweet dreams transfigure thy new life in wondrous gleams of rose and gold and pearl through starry space? Not vainly do I ask, thy tender grace answers my love and brings the new life near, and all our baffled meanings grow more clear. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Last Words of the Romance by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Ian King. Fin de siècle. Ah well, let it pass in silence, we'll forget. There are, doubtless, things to live for, even yet, and life has far nobler uses than regret. There are joys that wait our coming down the years. Do not think that I shall meet them but with tears, that for me life holds no promise, only fears. Do not think that I shall idly sit and wait, watching with the old blind worship your fair fate. This might once have been, now truly 'tis too late. There are breezy heights my footsteps may well tread, there's a future's radiant promise overhead. Naught shall dim its light, not even words you've said. So we'll let the years slip from us, suns have set. In your life may love and sweetness linger yet. And for me, O Father, help me to forget. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Happy New Year by Lily Whiting. Wish you a Happy New Year. The words rang sweet and clear. Two maidens listened silently, the old sweet words to hear. And both were thinking joyously of all the year might hold, of all the wondrous treasures the months would find enrolled. I wish you a Happy New Year, all that loving thought can bring. May it give you unguessed treasures, a fair, fresh offering. Ah, little dreamed the maidens in that fair flush of light of all the new year held for them, hidden from mortal sight. For one, the orange blossoms twined in her shining hair. For one, a cross of lilies in folded hands more fair. For one, the marriage altar and bridal robes of white. For one, the heavenly vision and angel robes of light. For one, a close enfolding love that granted every boon, but the other one a tenderer love in the land of fadeless bloom. One in her winsome happiness was gay and joyous there, and one in changeless loveliness will be forever fair. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
An Impromptu by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano, Newport Richey, Florida. Suggested by the words of M. D. J. Snyder, who checked himself in terms of compliment to Professor William T. Harris, saying, quote, "He is too great for any praise of mine." End quote. He is too great for any praise of mine, so said the artist whose rare touch had wrought for us the glow of Grecian morns, the shrine of buried majesty, of living thought. He whose fine power had pictured mountains old, and brought us draughts from Helicon's pure stream. He who of legend, myth, and poet told, of Delphic oracle and mystic dream, and who with subtle power revealed to all the listening world immortal Shakespeare's art. He too discerns this spell of wisdom's thrall, the grand ideal of our master's heart. Teacher, philosopher, our master still, thy words thrill life with subtler harmonies. Thy guidance teaches duties to fulfill, transfigures time in sacred mysteries. Thou art too great, we echo still the thought, we reverence thy life as wisdom's shrine. We say, O Master, all that thou hast wrought, it is too great for any praise of mine. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Unseen by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. We see but half the causes of our deeds, seeking them wholly in the outer life, and heedless of the encircling spirit world, which, though unseen, is felt, and sows in us all germs of pure and worldwide purposes. Lowell. If he would only help me but once more, bending beneath the burden low, I cried. My eyes were blinded, and I did not see the shining angel standing at my side. I did not hear the faint, sweet words that fell, replies that met my spirit's deepest needs. I did not heed the touch of holy hands that thrilled my own with strength for nobler deeds. O friend, in heaven's sweet peace enfolded now, how could I dream your love would find a means to ease the burden and to point the way, and lead me to the fair life of my dreams. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Answered by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Rachel Murray. What will the new year bring to us? Thus wrote last year a treasured friend. What hold the months in their hidden clasp? What rare new gifts will the angels send? Half lightly the words were penned, I know, and lightly I read them one moonlit night, when the sunset and moonrise seemed to blend, as I watched from the window the changing light. Yet half expectant I questioned too, half fearing, half shrinking from all it might hold. And the darkness deepened around as I stood, and the winter moonlight grew white and cold. Again I stand on the threshold of another year untried. The shadow of a sculptured cross falls dimly at my side. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Tonight by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Iswa in Belgium in January 2017. Sing to me, darling, oh darling, tonight. I sit weary and faint in the lessening light. The day so full freighted with duties has passed. And while it leaves courage and faith at the last, its demands were too many my hand was too slight. Sing to me, darling, oh darling, tonight. Play for me, darling, oh darling, tonight. Touch the white keys with your fingers of light. Waken the melodies only your hand can make for my heart in its pleading demand. Dreams half divine at your touch will unite. Play for me, darling, oh darling, tonight. Talk to me, darling, oh darling, tonight. Your words bring me always the vision, the light. Tell me how even our faltering hands can wrest from this life our divinest demands. Bring me your insight, your faith in the right. Talk to me, darling, oh darling, tonight. Pray for me, darling, oh darling, tonight. For the world grows dark with the fading light. The night wind is chill, the snowdrifts are heaping, the stars have grown weary their watches of keeping. My spirit from earth would be winging her flight. Pray for me, darling, oh darling, tonight. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Old and New by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Rachel Murray. The old year out and the new year in, we watched for the dawning to begin, and the radiant glow of the moonlight fair shone soft o'er all through the silvered air. The old year out and the new year in, ah, love, what chapters of life begin! What pages are turned, what records read, to be laid away with a year now dead. And what shows the new year's horoscope? Shall doubt and failure be changed to hope? Shall fulfillments come, so fondly prized, and its aspirations be realized? Only one truth shall this time confess: work truly done is its own success, and this alone its rewards shall win, in the old year out or the new year in. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
In the Morning by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin. February 2017, St. Charles, Missouri. Quote, "And with the dawn those angel faces smile that I have loved long since and lost a while." Unquote. In the quiet hush of morning, ere the sunlight glories fall, in their rose and gold of radiance gleaming from my chamber wall, ere the day, so duty-laden, comes to meet me, all untried, glide angelic forms around me, who from earth have turned aside. In the stillness of the dawning I can see their faces fair, and their robes of snowy whiteness and the gleam of shining hair. I can hear them murmur softly as they bend my pillow o'er. I can catch the distant music wafted from an unseen shore. One who in her life's fair morning turned her from the busy way, glad to greet the golden dawning in the land of perfect day. Ah, her hands were folded whitely, from their clasp the lilies fell. Yet she comes in radiant beauty, of her strange new life to tell. Intimations throng upon us by these presences unseen, of that spirit world which lieth nearer than we sometimes dream. And the days take on new meanings, finer forces seem to rise, life, transfigured, gains new vision, sees the gleam of fairer skies. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Birthday Wish by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin. February 2017, St. Charles, Missouri. Quote, "Wearing the white flower of a blameless life." Unquote. What can I wish for thee, O friend of mine, in all of the bloom and beauty of the May? Thou whose fair life the poet's words portray, wearing the white flower with its breath divine. Wealth, power, and honor do I ask for thee, yet not the wealth that's counted but in gold, the riches of right doing, purpose told in deeds that stamp thy life with majesty. Power, not to use but for thyself alone, but power to strengthen hands that else were weak, and power to bring high thought to them that seek, and lead from all that's known to the unknown. The honor that must come from being true unto the heavenly vision, which shall shine ever upon your way, its light divine, transfiguring all old meanings into new. Thus do I pray for thee in these May days that dawn with bloom and light and sweetness rife, wearing the white flower of a blameless life, your footsteps set in His appointed ways. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Next October by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin. February 2017, St. Charles, Missouri. Next October. Next October, when the leaves are scarlet dyed, we shall watch the sunbeams sifting through the shadows purple, drifting, then as now, love, side by side. Next October. Next October, in the autumn's dreamy light, shall our skies of life be bluer and the clouds of doubt be fewer than they are, O love, tonight. Next October, next October, ah, the words sound faint and far, for perchance some mystic meaning in our lives shall prove its seeming, and a year may make or mar. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Christmas Greeting by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. With flowers. Into the blessed Christmas time, with a lily for love and a rose for rhyme, I send you, sweetest, the fairest things that ever the Christmas greeting brings. Love and belief and faith in the right I give to you, darling, this Christmas night. Into the gladness of Christmas days, with a lily for love and a rose for praise, I send to you visions that flash from afar, of the child, of the glory, the magical star. And a voice rings out on the air again, the message of peace and good will toward men. Into the music of Christmas bells, with lily for love and a rose that tells its wonderful legend that Paradise lies all round about him whose spirit-touched eyes can discern that the life wrought in beauty and love makes on earth the same heaven we read of above. Into this glory of Christmas dawn, with a lily for love and a rose for song, I send you greeting and gladness and flowers. I commend you to all the heavenly powers, that still nearer may draw in the Christmas days, with a lily for love and a rose for praise. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Her Bridal Eve by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Isra. Which will you be? True to yourself, love, loyal to me? Will all your care and tenderness last? Or will I be wakened to find my dreams past? Will you brighten my life, or bid happiness flee? Which will it be? What do you think? Wonder not from the future I shrink, that I tremble lest soon shall the witchery fade, the magic dissolve, and the light change to shade, that my feet will tread closely on sorrow's dark brink. What do you think? What will you say, when beside you I walk through each beautiful day? Will you draw me with you to heights distant and fair? Will you lead me to happiness sacred and rare? Will your love make me stronger and nobler each day? What do you say? What will you do, if I tell you my faith rests on faith, love, in you? That I'm yours if you hold me beloved by your side, that else I am gone, like the sea's ebbing tide. You can glorify life, or bid happiness flee? Which will it be? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
An Autumn Retrospect by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Ian King. Again, October walks the hills on which the summer lingers. Again she flings her colours brave, painting with skilful fingers the maple in its scarlet dyes, the beech to gold is turning. A purple haze broods o'er the days in mystical, vague yearning, as if it sought to fling its veil of memories sweet and tender o'er all the vanished light and bloom, the summer's pomp and splendour. Untutored in the poet's art, I yet essay his singing, though all the woodland haunts are fair, and echo to the ringing of songs breeze-blown from paradise, of softer music flowing than on the elfin horns of eld the fairy folk were blowing. With hands unskilled to touch the lyre, and empty of all treasure, unmeet to light the altar fire, or chord the rhythmic measure, I needs must come, O love, to-day, and plead to lay before you a hope, a faith, a memory sweet, whose gift and grace are o'er you. The summer's vanished days have held for you, for me, their sadness, and still the autumn light shines fair, and radiates a gladness that thrills the air, as if her voice death's silence strange had broken, bringing the message to rejoice, to know the love unspoken. O human love, O love divine, October, month of angels, bring each to make our lives a shrine sacred to thy evangels. Bring hope, bring faith to hearts that plead, grant fortune's fairest treasure to meet, O love, your daily need in overflowing measure. So do I pray this autumn day, and send you grace and greeting, and to my prayer upon the air may angels make completing. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Tell Me So by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Ian King. If you love me, tell me so. Wait not till the summer glow fades in autumn's changeful light, amber clouds and purple night. Wait not till the winter hours heap with snowdrifts all the flowers, till the tide of life runs low. If you love me, tell me so. If you love me, tell me so, while the river's dreamy flow holds the love-enchanted hours, steeped in music, crowned with flowers, ere the summer's vibrant days vanish in the opal haze, ere is hushed the music flow. If you love me, tell me so. If you love me, tell me so. Let me hear the sweet words low. Let me now, while life is fair, feel your kisses on my hair. While in womanhood's first bloom, ere shall come dark days of gloom, in the first fresh dawning glow. If you love me, tell me so. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Christmastide by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. Last Christmas, love, I did not guess, when silver bells were chiming, Of all the melodies of life, the months for me were rhyming. How could I know or dream, O love, when summer hours were dying, that ere the spars of frosty bars on winter hills were lying, that ere another Christmastide, the holiest of all sweetness, the fairest gift of all my life, should crown its incompleteness? Ah, love, the years may come and go, but in our hearts we'll treasure the Christ's white flowers that bloom for us in such bewildering measure. For his dear sake who gives to us the fragrance of their beauty, we'll seek his work where'er there's need, where life hath claim or duty. And love, when Christmas flowers shall blow on heavenly heights before me, I only ask that I may know your tender care still o'er me. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Three Horsemen, from the German of Uhland, by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. 3 horsemen halted the inn before. 3 horsemen entered the open door, and loudly called for the welcome cheer that was wont to greet the traveller here. "Good woman," they cried, as the hostess came, a buxom, rosy, portly old dame. "Good woman, where is your wine and beer? And how is your little daughter dear?" "My house is ever supplied with cheer, but my daughter lieth upon her bier." A shadow over the horsemen fell, each wrapped in thoughts he could never tell, and silently, one by one, they crept to the darkened room where the maiden slept. The golden hair fell, rippling low, over a forehead as pure as snow, and the little hands were idly pressed, clasping across to the pulseless breast. "I loved thee ere the death chill lay on thee, sweet child," and one turned away. "I would have loved thee," the second said, "hadst thou learned to love me and lived to wed." "I love thee ever, I love thee now," the last one cried as he kissed her brow. "In the heavens to come our souls shall wed. I have loved thee living, I love thee dead." Then silently out from the oaken door 3 horsemen passed, to return no more. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
From My Window by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Sarosha. The sunset burning low falls on the shells, a flood of golden light, dimly as in a dream. I watch the flow of waves of light. The splendor of the hour repeats its glory in the river's flow, and sculptured angels from the grey church tower gaze on the throngs below. Dimly, by gift or grace, I see the hurrying throngs before me pass, yet mid them all I only see one face, under the meadow grass. Ah, love, I only know how thoughts of you forever cling to me. I wonder how the seasons come and go beyond the sapphire sea. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Hélène by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. I do not find you in the outer life. Always I see you in those gardens fair, with starry jasmine shining in your hair. Afar from noise and fret of jarring strife, with which the day and daylight world is rife. Always I see you in those regions where music and fragrance linger on the air. Flower of all cities, city of all flowers, 'tis there I see you in the charmed hours, where she who sung of Italy still lies beneath the glory of the starlit skies, whose beauty held her in a glad surprise. Fair in the grace of that enchanted land, with jasmine in your hair, I see you stand. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Summer Memory by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Ian King. Over the summer's dreamy days, over the labyrinthine ways, oh, fall tenderly, autumn haze. Softly, softly from mortal sight, cover the day and cover the night. Forever, forever, O mists of light. Let the deep heart of the summer tide ever its innermost secrets hide, all of the anguish and all of the pride. Never reveal, O roses in bloom, down in the dark of your winter tomb, aught of the glory or aught of the gloom. Cover it gently, O autumn leaves, down in the depths of your wind-tossed sheaves, deep where the moaning night wind grieves. Shine on it softly, O stars of night. Let but a fitful gleam of light fall on the pages hidden from sight. Over the summer's vanished days, over the labyrinthine ways, O fall silently, autumn haze. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Poet and His Friend by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Ian King. The poet read to me his verses. I could not get away. I heard, this earth's a chilling desert. The air was soft as May. And, though I had my own convictions, I could not say him nay. For surely he who is a poet should better know than I. To him the summer tells her secrets, the winds and stars reply. To him all paradise is open, and he should know, not I. Still, all the loveliness of living thrilled me anew, the glow of all the sunset's dreamy splendour far in the west burned low. And as I watched its changeful glory, I wondered, did he know? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Leone by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Gloria Begeman, Somerville, South Carolina. Leone. If I had known, O friend so loved, that ere another autumn came, painting the trees in colors rare, setting the maples all aflame, that ere the dreamy purple light lay low and still o'er all the land, that in the autumn hush and peace alone and lonely I should stand, I should have come to you, O love, in the fair summer's vanished calm, nor waited, dreaming that to you the weeks would bring a healing balm. How could I know that when I came your loving words and smiles to crave, I should be led in silent tears to stand beside a new-made grave? Still shall communion sweet be ours, trust that shall evermore remain, for life divides while death imites and gives us back our own again. And when at last our Father's voice shall call us to a happier home, His messenger, our guide, shall be an angel whom we call Leone. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. June by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Gloria Begeman, Somerville, South Carolina. June. Summers may come and summers may go, but never another will be, I know, so full of greenness and fragrance and bloom, so laden with sunshine and rare perfume, so full of its mystic and tangible lore. Oh, there never was summer like this before. Other summers were fragrant and fair. Purple shadows have trailed through the air. Clouds of pearl and of amethyst have glimmered through a silvery mist. Sunsets have gleamed with their golden glow, but no summer was ever like this, I know. The summers that wait in the coming years may be full of sadness and full of tears. The starry nights that are now so fair may be darkened then by a weight of care, and the sunshine and song, the greenness and glow, may change to sorrow and trial, I know. Yet trial brings with it the strength to endure. God sends us no sorrows that have not some cure. So the thought of a possible grief-darkened day shall not dim the sweet prophecies haunting my way. No trial that waits in some faraway June shall cloud this wonderful mystical bloom. Ah, love, the summer a year ago was full of a blossoming grace, I know. The sunshine sifted through swaying trees, the lilies beckoned the wandering breeze, but a voice that is now my music, I know, had not called through the silences 1 year ago. So the summers may come and the summers may go, nothing can shadow this golden glow. Never from out my life shall fade this love that is perfect and undismayed. For on through the years we together shall go, though there never comes summer like this below. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Goodbye by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Gloria Begeman, Somerville, South Carolina. Love, goodbye. Sunset colors gem the sky, and the perfume-haunted breeze, drifting through these swaying trees, stirs them to faint symphonies. Song of bird and fountain playing, sunshine o'er the roses straying, none of these bring delaying, for the parting hour draws nigh. Love, goodbye. Let them go, June's fair roses, winter's snow, hours of sweetness, hours of pain, hours that may not come again. And we ask them all in vain, they are gone. But do you find, love, you can put them out of mind? Love, can you leave them quite behind? Love, do I hear you answer low? Let them go. They may pass shadow-like o'er meadow grass. Not to these lost hours I cling. I would only hold one thing. Wan from pain and suffering, let me keep this fairest gleaming, my ideal of you, seeming real, as in my sweetest dreaming all things else may fade away, this must stay. But one prayer lips may breathe or heart may share, leave to me the friend I knew, in ideal faith keep true to those aims that hold but few. Summer days, oh bring your sweetness as ye pass in mystic fleetness, crowning life with fair completeness, be yours all achievement high. Love, goodbye. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
As in Vision by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Isra. 1. Little girl upon the street, laughing eyes and tripping feet, with your hands all running over daisy blooms and flowers of clover, you to me a picture bring of a long lost sunny spring. Waving woods and sunset skies rise like dreams of paradise. 2. Little girl, when coming days hold for you their memories, when in womanhood's fair land you shall happily one day stand, keep your childish faiths as sweet as the blossoms at your feet, though your hands no more run over with the daisies and the clover. 3. Some day, little maiden fair, with the wind-tossed sunny hair, shall you flush at love's sweet praises that are sweeter than the daisies, woman's hope and woman's love, sweetness sent by heaven above. With these shall your hands run over, dropping daisies, blooms, and clover. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
On Concord River by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Gloria Begeman, Somerville, South Carolina. Only while the lilies blow shall our boat be drifting low, while the flush of sunset light fades into the purple night, while the whippoorwills are singing and the twilight breeze is bringing dreams of lands in sunset glow, shall our boat be drifting low. Only while the lilies blow, while winds murmur soft and low, shall we drift on, love, together in the golden summer weather. Dreams of perfumes haunt us yet, eglantine and mignonette, though our boat is drifting low, only while the lilies blow. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Phillips Brooks by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. The Right Reverend Phillips Brooks, S.T.D., LL.D., Bishop of Massachusetts, entered into that rest which remaineth to the people of God, January 23rd, 1893. Thy own loved church in sadness read her solemn ritual o'er thy head, and blessed and hallowed with her prayer the turf laid lightly on thee there. Whittier. Ah, where shall we lay our deep sorrow, how speak of our loss, that our noblest of friends has been given the crown for the cross, since he whom we knew but to honor, to love and revere, who brought to all hearts the glad tidings in messages clear, whose hands with their pure benediction uplifted in prayer, were our pledge of the Saviour's direction, his guidance and care. Since he, our pastor and helper so tenderly dear, was gone to the wonderful country that lieth so near. And now, in the hush of the morning, in its silence and calm, we would gather a few leaves of healing for sorrow a balm. Our friend, full of gifts and of honors, of rare culture and grace, of sweetness and faith that no other can hope to replace, has fought the good fight and has entered the rest that God gave, and the lives he has blessed bring the tribute we lay on his grave. For all in his presence uplifting were exalted and cheered, and virtue seemed more to be cherished, and sin to be feared. O hearts whose sorrowful longings His ministry blessed! O souls whose divinest aspiring His teachings expressed! O Church, where as pastor and bishop He faithfully taught, bring your tears and your love and your gladness for the work that He wrought. Bring you thanks, O Church universal, o'er land and o'er sea, for the tears of two nations shall mingle, our Bishop, for thee. O still from that life thou hast entered, behold us, we pray. Vouchsafe still to guide and direct us, and teach us the way. May we feel that ever upon us are the vows of the Lord. May our lives be more worthy thy teaching, and show forth God's word. And still, when for help and forgiveness imploring we kneel, in peace of a sweet benediction thy hands may we feel. O still to thy sorrowing children give the bread and the wine, when we wait in remembrances holy the tokens divine. Commune with us yet in the Spirit, our Bishop, we pray, till us on the wings of the morning dawns the heavenly day. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Sometime by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. Sometime you'll think of these summer days, dreamily drifting through purple haze. Sometime with a thrill of passionate pain, you'll long for their sweetness over again. Sometime when the moonlight is silvering all, and the pansies sleep by the garden wall, in the mystic twilight's odorous dusk, freighted with clustering rose bloom's musk, you will watch for a flitting figure there, white-robed and noiseless with falling hair, and gazing deep in the luminous eyes that made for your life its paradise. The silence and music and wonderful calm of this magical summer will linger like balm, till starting you waken to clasp but air, and list to a flitting footfall there. Sometime you'll listen in silence lone for a girlish voice that was all your own, for words that only to you were given, telling of love and the sweetness of heaven. Sometime you give all the wise world's praise for one of these vanishing summer days, for just one leaf from the swaying bough. Sometime you'd clasp it. Oh, why not now? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. An Easter Remembrance by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. 2. Name not given. Blessed are they that have not seen, and yet have believed. John 20, verse 29. To you, O love, all greetings go, whene'er a festival appears. All the glad days of all the years set toward you with their joyous flow. So, on this resurrection morn, sublime with messages that give new meaning to the years we live, when a diviner life is born, I turned me sweet to ask for you glad beauty, sunshine, flowers, and love, all sweet gifts of heaven above. Make for your sake the world anew. His peace be yours, His love enfold. The Easter sun shines down in glory. All hearts are thrilling to its story, and from the grave the stone is rolled. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Offerings by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Gloria Begeman, Somerville, South Carolina. The only gift is a portion of thyself. Emerson. For all that you have been to me, of light and joy and melody, what can I offer, love, to thee? What can I plead thy life may hold? Renown and riches, gems and gold, a fair success and honors told? Oh, I can only breathe one prayer, angels be with thee everywhere, in guidance and in tenderest care. I only know that by your side my life is thrilled and glorified, and heavenly peace seems flowing wide. For all the kindness you have shown, for every tender word and tone, more precious than before I've known. I thank you, even in her name, who long beneath the flowers hath lain, unmoved by sunshine or by rain, o'er whose sweet rest the lilies blow, o'er whose unbroken slumbers low, unheeding falls the sunset glow. O love, my love, when other hands more dear than mine across the strands of future life shall plead demands, when other arms than mine shall fold you tenderly in sheltering hold, more strong and true and self-controlled, oh, then remember how my prayer, my tenderest thought, my sweetest care, go with thee, dearest, everywhere. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Consecration by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. O Father, not for worldly wealth we pray to Thee today. We ask only for faith to tread the straight and narrow way. For we would walk so near to Thee, encircled by Thy love, that we may ever catch the gleams of glory from above. O Father, to Thy will we bow, and lead us all to see how, even in the darkest hours, we're closer drawn to Thee. God's plans and purposes to us may oft seem strange and dim, but where we cannot understand, we trust it all to Him. And of the hopes yet unfulfilled, help us to truly say, the prayers that oft unanswered seem are answered in His way. O Father, make us wholly Thine, grant us Thy loving care, and when life's labor all is done, may we Thy glory share. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Vision by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Rachel Murray. From the tropic air of the city I'm turning, O darling, to you, where your feet tread the shining lilies, white and fragrant in morning dew. I catch a breath of their perfume, of the breezy, life-giving air, and there rises before me your face, love, in its framing of golden-touched hair. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Coming by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin. Far out in the untried future fair waiteth for you a treasure rare, patiently waiting, noticed by none, in dust and darkness until you come. Only your eyes shall catch its gleam, to others it ever must be unseen. It is yours, God fashioned it rich and rare, long hath it lain, awaiting you there. Out in the future, star-crowned and bright, waiteth for you a dawning of light. It is coming to you, No other shall prize the glowing tints that for you arise. On your path alone shall its light be shed, illuming the way that your feet must tread. Through darkness and doubt overshadowed just here, be patient and trustful, the dawning is near. Down some still pathway leading to you, there is walking a friend brave, loving, and true. He is coming to meet you, he needeth no guide to find the one destined to walk by his side. Your paths will soon meet, and you surely will know the heart that is yours for the life work below. A love tender, trustful, with yours shall soon blend, the sweetest, best gift that our Father can send. Your life is all ready and waiting for you. Not all of its gifts come at once, it is true. They are scattered along. You will not fail to find if you walk in the way so divinely designed. Faint prophecies often will haunt you, and gleams of pleasant things coming will flit through your dreams. Sweet glimpses of days beyond range of your view, yet still they are formed and are coming to you. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Fragment by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Gloria Begeman, Somerville, South Carolina. Only a dream of wild, white waves creeping up over silent sands. Only a kneeling figure there with head low bowed and clasped hands. Only a waste of waters wild, stretching far as the eye could see, with a line of light that peacefully lay like the silent shore of eternity. A flitting flush of lambent light glowed through the purple twilight there, but I only saw that kneeling form with head low bowed and floating hair. O friend, whose life bark, fair and frail, floated out on the tide that night, thy spirit lingered upon the shore in voiceless prayer for the dawn of light. The clasped hands I saw in dreams were those that had lingered oft in mine. The low-bowed head with the floating hair had knelt with me at the sacred shrine. And standing now on the waveless shore of the dark and dim unsounded sea, I catch a glimpse of an angel form that watches and waits to welcome me. And I know the waiting will not be long. The light around me grows faint and dim. I can almost reach the clasping hands. I catch a strain of the choral hymn. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Arbor Vitae by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Rachel Murray. Once in summer, days long gone, wandering idly o'er the lawn, in the June tide's crimson bloom, fragrant with a faint perfume, we had lingered where the glow, burning in the sunset low, flamed like fire among the leaves of the Arbor Vitae trees. Half unconsciously, the tide of our words and laughter died, and a faint and undefined prescience, dim, was in each mind. Just an instant's haunting fear, just a touch of loss was near, just a breath that stirred the leaves of the Arbor Vitae trees. When the autumn's purple haze lay upon the dreamy days, when the world, so care oppressed, in a deep peace seemed to rest, wandered I alone one day, O beloved one, where you lay, clasping but one spray of leaves from those Arbor Vitae trees. Folded hands and closed eyes, rest, there is no sacrifice. Tired hands forever stilled, sweetest dreaming now fulfilled. Thou hast found the fairer land, and, O love, I see thee stand, far from earthly fret and strife, 'neath the fadeless tree of life. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Only by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin. Only a touch, a whisper, I said, would banish unrest. Only a glance from the eyes I love will make my life so blessed. And I heeded not there that the sun shone fair, and the wind came out of the west. Only the old-time music of songs that my spirit caught. Only a vanished presence, only a loving thought. And I failed to hear the music near, with which the air was fraught. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Premonition by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Elise Heinbuch on 29 January 2017. A Premonition. You're dreaming now of coming days, of woodland walks and sunny ways, when we whose paths so long have lain, so wide apart, shall meet again. You say the time will soon be o'er, and we shall meet to part no more, no more. You count the many happy years of sweetest hopes with no dark fears. You paint our lives in colors fair, without one thought of pain or care. All love and happiness in store, when we shall meet to part no more, no more. But all the while you talk to me, of voices whispering silently, that tells me ere the coming spring, when buds and blossoms round you cling, it tells me clearer than before, that I shall meet you, love, no more, no more. And 'tis it not that in foreign lands I shall not hear your sweet demands? 'Tis it not that you will love me less, leaving me to forgetfulness? Our hearts will cling as ne'er before, but darling, we shall meet no more, no more. And when the summer violets meet o'er folded hands whose rest is sweet, when all your words of tenderness unheeded fall in silentness, ah, pray that when your life is o'er, we'll meet, O love, to part no more, no more. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Shepherd's Sunday Song by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. From the German of Uhland. This is the day of the Lord. In the wide fields alone am I here. Only one morning bell more. Silence, then far and from near. Kneeling I worship thee here. O sweet dread inspired by thee, as if many unseen were near, and praying with me. The heavens are everywhere, so solemn and clear, complete as if they would open, the day of the Lord is here. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Dream of Spring by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. Thou bringest me flowers, thou bringest me songs. Bring back the love I have lost. Only to know how the daisies bloom and the grasses grow on the sunny slope of a western height, bathed in the springtime's misty light, where the golden glow of the sunsets fair blend the rose and the gold in the azure air. Only to know how the ivies twine and the grasses grow. Only to know how fair are those hills in the evening glow. Only to feel the mosses deep cool and soft from their winter sleep, to find again 'neath sheltering trees the first faint gleam of anemones. Only to know, how the brook is singing its music low. Only to know, how sweet she sleeps in her bed so low. Only to know how the grasses wave over her rest in that hillside grave, where the brook's faint ripple is ever heard, and the voice of the winds in the maples stirred. Only to know, how for her the seasons shall come and go. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Two Evenings by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Esther Camus. By the couch with snowy hangings, held by sculptured angels fair, Florence, whitely robed for slumber, knelt to say her evening prayer, knelt to ask the loving Saviour for his touch on lip and brow. Blessed Jesus, make me holy, let me be an angel now. Shimmering folds of misty laces o'er the deep bay window hung, fragrant perfumes floating through them on the night air faintly flung, and the carpet's crimson roses strewn upon mossy ground seemed to twine o'er marble statues whitely gleaming all around. Once again the shimmering moonbeams in that chamber dim and fair fall on hands all lily laden, linger on the golden hair, with a touch of peace prophetic rest on cheek and lip and brow, for the childish prayer was answered, Florence is an angel now. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Woman's Letter by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Thomas Peter. Days that are lost in sweetness, dim in their amethyst light, that fade into rose-toned sunsets and star-crowned, silvery nights. Days that are dim with sweetness, yet sad in their mystery, for you are alone by the mountains, and I am alone by the sea. Only for this one thought, love, the days would be all too fair. They are days of magic and music, days weighted with treasure rare, with treasures of art and of story, for which I had asked so long, till the wish was its own fulfilment, and prayer was changed into song. And if I ask for life's gifts, love, and seek for its fairest prize, if I plead for its grace and sweetness, and even long to be wise, it is only that I may bring you, dear, all that your love can dream, and make of our far, fair future what it may sometimes seem. I know when you watch the sunsets fade on the Alban hills, while with brush or pencil you loiter while the purple evening fills the valleys and defiles with beauty. I know you are thinking of me, as you watch the light on the mountains, and I watch the light on the sea. And sometimes I catch a glimpse, love, of a mystical morning fair, when I in the seven-hilled city shall forget that this life has care. You may dream on over your pictures, and I will pen rhymes, it may be, but you will not loiter alone then, nor be watching and waiting for me. Yet the sea rolls darkly between us, and its pulses come and go. I linger beside it, beloved, to catch the ebb and the flow, and watching the mystic shadows that faintly rise and fall, I cling to the infinite love, dear, that ever is over us all. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Answered by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. God bless you and keep you, my darling. So I said to you only last May. as we sat mid the ferns and the mosses, in the woods that sunny spring day. God bless you and keep you forever. One kiss, and we each turned away from the ferns and the mosses, in the woods that morning in May. Our life paths that through many summers so closely together had lain, diverged on that lovely May morning, and widened apart o'er life's plain. But we looked at the heights far before us, and rejoiced in the sunshine that lay, illuming the ferns and the mosses, in the woods that lovely spring day. God bless you and keep you forever. Ah, darling, he will evermore. But my tears are falling so thickly, I see not the shining shore. I see not the throngs of bright angels, but I know that our Angie is there, and I feel how, in truest wisdom, our Father has answered my prayer. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Another Anglomaniac by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Rachel Murray. To Lady Henry Somerset. I never dreamed I should become an Anglomaniac. My thoughts on England's peerage great be stretched as on a rack, that pomp and circumstance and rank and prestige, place or power, should hold such strange significance to stamp the passing hour. But when she came, our Lady fair, with wondrous charm and grace, this daughter of an hundred earls, to whom no power or place can prestige add, she lends to these that else might somewhat lack. For her sweet sake I've come to be an Anglomaniac. Fair daughter of an hundred earls, thy rank no peerage holds. The winning magic of thy smile the larger life enfolds. The world be beautiful to thee, O Queen of hearts, I pray. Sunshine be fair, and roses bloom about thy path alway. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Waif by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. The day had been dark and cloudy, but just at the sunset hour came a gleam of light through the shadows that fell with a magical power, that fell on our hearts like music, chasing the shadows away, till the darkness and gloom around us all fled with the weary day. And as brightly the glowing sunset came with its rosy light, and the golden shades still lingered, tinging the gloom of night, so ever I thought through life's journey, though darkened and sad be the days, yet the sunset at last that descendeth will be brightened by heavenly rays. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Vanished Presence by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Thomas Peter. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. The Book of Revelations, chapter 15, verse 2. In memory of Phillips Brooks. 1. The lilies bloom again, the Easter sunshine floods the world with light, but he, whose voice had made this day so glad, has vanished from our sight. 2. What visions has he seen? What has he found the other side of life? Beyond the sunrise, past the morning star, what worlds with glory rife? 3. What strange, sweet mysteries have dawned upon his vision ere to-day? What sea of glass and mingled fire hath shone before his onward way? 4. He whose majestic form, clad in its priestly robes, in sacred hours, hath linked our Easters to the heavenly realm, revealed the unseen powers. 5. Shall he not send to-day a spirit message that our hearts may hear? Shall we not catch, through all the silences, "Lo, I am ever near"? 6. Near you, beloved, still, when through the trial or the joy you pass. The harps of gold, the crystal gates that gleam, the sea of fire and glass. 7. These have no power to hold the radiant spirit from the earth set free, and in the air there thrills his voice to-day. We feel his ministry. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Out in the Years by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin. Quote, "There are beautiful things out in the years. Some of them are for everybody." Unquote. Hitherto. Ah, many the things that are out in the years. There are visions of joy, bright hopes, and dark fears. There are thoughts which the future to good deeds may change. There is happiness there, so blissful and strange. There are gleamings of smiles and cloud mists of tears. There are beautiful things far out in the years. There are beautiful things far out in the years. There is light which the gloom of the present endears. There are thoughts which the future to good deeds may change. There is happiness there, so blissful and strange. Though the present for us hold but trial and tears, there are beautiful things far out in the years. There are beautiful things far out in the years. Can we not bear bravely some burdens and fears? Can we not be patient if he bids us wait for some things till we meet at the beautiful gate? For they all shall be ours when our Savior appears with the beautiful things that are out in the years. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
For You by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Iswa in Belgium in January 2017. If you might always have love, the sunshine and the flowers, and I the cold and loneliness of bitter wintry hours, if any sweetness in my life would answer to your claim, and I might bear whatever loss, whatever wrong or pain would otherwise fall to you, love, as falls the autumn rain, I think I could not ask, love, for any happier hours than just to know God gives to you the sunshine and the flowers. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Her Last Day by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin, February 2017, St. Charles, Missouri. In Loving Memory, J.A.A., December 11th, 1891. Quote, "And with the dawn those angel faces smile that I have loved long since and lost a while." Unquote. Cardinal Newman. That day in its wonderful splendor of light grew fairer as onward it rolled. It dawned in a glory of sapphire and rose. It died in a glory of gold. We spoke much of life, of its promises fair, its sweetness, its sorrows, its fear, of its work to be done, of its burdens to bear, and we dreamed not one presence drew near. We dreamed not there waited, unseen by our eyes, the angel to lead her away. Unguessed was that presence, unheard the replies that thrilled through the air of that day. And still all that wonderful glory of light enchanted the fast gliding hours, and an undefined prescience touched her with its spell, while the sunshine lay low on the flowers. And the angels whose faces had smiled from the dawn drew near her with beckoning hand. One look, one last word, and with victory gained, she had gone to the wonderful land. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Tired by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin, February 2017, St. Charles, Missouri. The shadows are dimly falling, the fireside is glowing and bright. Friends kind and dear are around me, but I'm longing for you, love, tonight. I'm longing to turn away, darling, from all the noise and the light. All day since the early morning I have striven yet failed to meet the rest and the peace and the comfort that cometh with work complete, and I long to lay all the burdens at the blessed Saviour's feet. And now the twilight is falling, the fireside is glowing and bright, but I turn from all its fair visions to one who is absent tonight, whose presence would bring to me ever all I long for of love and of light. Yet why do I turn away sadly when I know that one friend is so near, that his love is ever enfolding, his ear ever ready to hear, and no pathway can e'er be so darkened his grace will not brighten and cheer. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. An October Birthday, read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin, February 2017, St. Charles, Missouri. To blank, blank. Quote, We have received divine mysteries, O Lord, rejoicing on the festival of thy holy angels. Unquote. Roman Missal. Again October paints the woods in hues of gold and amber. Again against the mossy rocks the scarlet tendrils clamor. The purple shadows seem to thrill the air with mystic dreaming, and softly shines the silver stream, a magic mirror seeming. Within its depths the autumn skies, as mirrored there, are bluer. All nature's subtle low replies make life seem fairer, truer. October's spell enchants the days and sings its glad evangels. October, month of prayer and praise, month of the holy angels. Its festival is yours, O love, its rare and golden wine, its vino santo for you, dear, is poured as seal and sign and seal of all that's great for you in life's Elysian, till on your sight in purple state there dawns the heavenly vision. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Parting by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano, Newport Richey, Florida. Months of sunny life and fair, days that flitted none knew where, hours of pleasure, hours of pain, hours that never can come again. They are gone, but do you find you can leave them all behind? Come not memories evermore drifting round you from that shore? Words which lessened every care, thoughts no other e'er could share, duties that we ever met with one thought, can you forget? Can you calmly thus efface from life's tablet every trace of the hopes and tears and prayers that we shared mid all the cares? Can we all these memories smother and be nothing to each other? Can you break the golden chain with its links of joy and pain, do you think it will decay as the long years pass away? That the bright strands e'er will fade, though long hidden in the shade, when for us life's task is o'er, and we tread its paths no more? When, mid shadows dimly falling, we shall hear the angels calling, as we calmly stand and wait just outside the golden gate, then will these dark moments seem like a phantom or a dream. In that dawn of purer light you will read all things aright. False words will not seem as true till that morning. Adieu, adieu. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
On Easter Evening by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. Inscribed to K.F. Alone with the lilies that breathe their sweetness, where violets glow and acacias bloom, with the lights turned low for the day's completeness, I sit to-night in the silent room. And I hear on the air the wonderful story that Passion Week touches newly to life, of His love, His suffering, and His glory, and the peace and the joy that follows strife. I wait, but I dream no ecstatic morrow of time enchanted by music and flowers. I know that the highest is won through sorrow, and I know that duty must burden the hours. And only through duty's fulfilled completeness, through the daily task not refused but done, shall we tread the way of diviner sweetness, and learn the meaning of victory won. Ah, the lights burn low, but the lilies shining fragrant and fair, where the shadows play, teach me to love and live unrepining, for humanity's Christ is risen today. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Lilian Adelaide Neilson by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Thomas Peter. Strew on her roses, roses, and never a spray of yew. Her life was turning, turning, in mazes of light and sound, but for peace her soul was yearning, and now peace wraps her round. While the lilies lean above her, look your last, O friend or lover, while the light, unfading, lies gently on the closed eyes, and the waving grasses keep watch above her silent sleep, while the English daisies yet linger over Juliet, while the lilies lean above her, look your last, O friend or lover. Not for her the summer's close breaks the calm of that repose. Never more shall wind or wave call her from that lonely grave. Angel of the asphodel, guard the sleeper, all is well. O'er her rest the suns shall set, dreamless rest of Juliet. Holy starlight, still and calm, fold her in its voiceless psalm. Sunny tressed, fair Adelaide, in our hearts her grave is made. All her loveliness appears only through a rain of tears. Only love and tenderness, only prayers and mute caress, only hearts that ne'er forget, guard the grave of Juliet. Look your last, O friend or lover, let the angels watch above her. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
In Extremis by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. Troubled and weary, doubting, sad, with sorrows none may see. I only ask that I may come, Saviour, unto Thee. For life is dark, the way is closed, my days in dreams denied. I turn from all and only seek a refuge at Thy side. I only ask Thy pitying love. I only plead my claim that Thou hast promised help to those who love Thy holy name. Give me, I pray Thee, life and light through all the darkness wild, and when the lamps of life go out, O then take home Thy child. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Pax Vobiscum by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Thomas Peter. To K.F. And she the rest will comprehend, will comprehend. 1. My friend, my love, the summer days are flying. The glories of the sunset fade and die. The starry splendors of the night, replying, breathe silent lessons of the life on high. 2. Again the roses tell their mystic story, and on the hillside blooms the eglantine, and trailing lilies on the mirrored glory shine faint and fair along the woodland stream. 3. The bluebell sets its fairy cups a-chiming in the deep heart of pine woods as of old, and winds among the trees are all a-rhyming. By bird and flower and leaf our life is told. 4. Peace be with you, the summer's peace and sweetness, O friend whose life is dearer than my own, his peace, his love that holds in its completeness all we can dream of, all that we have known. 5. Peace be with you, the words that you have treasured, I echo back to you, O love, today, words telling of a faith divine, unmeasured, in him who said, I am with you alway. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Memory by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin, February 2017, St. Charles, Missouri. An autumn evening, purple-tinged, the dusky night closed round us, hushed into silence by the spell with which that music bound us. O winds of might and stars of night that listened to her singing! Through all the next day's dreamy light that thrilling voice was ringing. Through all the maze of magic mists, one haunting face before me, with topaz crowned and amethyst, bent like a spirit o'er me. The air was vocal with its rhymes, throbbing with wondrous measures, with silent strains of chants and chimes, fragments of voiceless treasures. The organ's deep and thrilling tone upon the air still lingers. The dream was all the poet's own, touched by her dainty fingers. The wild waves break upon the shore, the cold gray stones revealing. O love, your poet's songs bring more than words can tell of feeling. The tender grace of long-gone days its mystic spell is bringing. I walk in memory's magic maze and listen to your singing. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. In Mount Auburn by Lilian Whiting, read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin, February 2017, St. Charles, Missouri. Quote, O world, so few the years we live, would that the life that thou dost give were life indeed. Unquote. You have told me her story today, and we stand by her grave, and we talk of it here by the way, all that love could not save. And above us the sunshine is fair, and the elm branches wave. Does he think of her now, do you know, in that far foreign land, when at some pictured shrine he may kneel, or before it may stand? Does he see that fair girl as she leaned with a rose in her hand? You have told me her story today, a sad story of fate, And we talk of it here by the way as we loiter and wait. Ah, death brings its peace at last. Let us go. It is late. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Christmas Wish by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. To someone unnamed. For all my life is love, and love thy life shall be. Look where the dawn rose blooms, and there my signal see. Edith Thomas. Ah, love, if wish of mine might cast your Christmas horoscope, how glad the days, how fair the years, how full of joy and hope. Color de rosa should be the air, and riches, honors, power, the wine and radiance of life, attend your every hour. The splendor of success should shine on every purpose o'er you. The goddess happiness should pour libations out before you. The joy bells of the mystic skies should peal their fairy chiming. Sunshine and roses on your way set all the days a-rhyming. Yet wish of mine were poor beside the holiday evangels that guide your feet in noble ways, led by the Christmas angels. May all their purposes for you find in your work completeness, and every year enrich your life with added wealth and sweetness. All the glad praise of Christmas days tell you its happy story. Before you rise the paradise where reigns the King of Glory. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
An Immortal Love by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Thomas Peter. The Taj Mahal is the stately tomb of the wife of Shah Jahan, and over its entrance is the inscription, "In memory of an immortal love." The eminent author and traveller, Mr. M. Bayou, relates how, standing under its dome, he recited the Psalm of Life, and heard it echoed back as by angel voices. O dream of marble in the azure floating! What spell enchants us as we gaze above? Pass softly through the portals, read their legend, "In memory of an immortal love." Backward the ages roll in stately splendor, since here a woman's form was left alone, shrined fair and stately in its lofty beauty, where angel voices whisper from the dome. Since then whole nations have been born and scattered, kingdoms have risen, fallen from their state, yet in this sculptured silence she, unheeding, knows not the clang of arms, the clash of fate. Yet had she not on earth its fairest treasure? Nor sweeter gift could ask from heaven above, held tenderly in life, in death, and sleeping, in memory of an immortal love. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
At Peace by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Glennie Junkin. February 2017, St. Charles, Missouri. Lying low and lying fair with the sunshine in her hair, with her forehead lily pale, e'en your words cannot avail. Not your prayer her slumber breaks, not to touch of yours she wakes. Eyes grown dim with death's eclipse, folded hands, unanswering lips. Gaze. Love's care can never cease, though she hath love's perfect peace. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Twilight Memory by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. I think of her, I think of her. Across the way the shadows stir. The sunset fades in lines of gold. The winter twilight, gray and cold, falls o'er the landscape's pictured light. I wait and think of her to-night. I wait within the lingering glow, and watch the sunset burning low. I see, beyond the Brookline hills, a far-off land, a life that thrills, and sets my fancy all astir, as here I wait and think of her. I think of her as meeting there an undreamed need, an unguessed care, and still serene and undismayed, bringing her thought and strength to aid. And thus, as truth's interpreter, I think of her, I think of her. I think of her in that far land. Through twilight shades I see her stand. The lily face, the waving hair, eyes shining in their radiance rare. Fair hands that never yet were still. If needs were near they could fulfill. O love, from whom my life has caught the purpose of a higher thought, whose fair ideal womanhood reveals to me the perfect good. Still come to me when day is past, still hold your grand ideals fast. The shadows deepen o'er the way, the golden light has changed to gray. I wait and breathe for her one prayer, God's love be with her everywhere. His peace be e'er her comforter. I pray as still I dream of her. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
For Florence by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Ian King. To that new world which is the old, we wait an entrance, love, tonight. The year is gone, its story told, and still within the purple light, hand clasped in hand, we linger where the open casement frames our view, and hear the chimes on midnight air ring out the old, ring in the new. The city's pulse beats faint and still, the holy stars look calmly down. We feel the touch, we catch the thrill that lieth softly o'er the town. In Old King's Chapel prayers are said, with lights turned low and organ lending a requiem for the year now dead, a paean for the new year blending. We linger in the window, love, while all the city's chimes are ringing, the lights below, the lights above, and wonder what the year is bringing. What will it hold of love and faith, of high ideal, earthly treasure? What voice shall guide with its "Thus saith"? What hands shall heap its fullest measure? Ah, vainly fall my questions, dear. The midnight silence is around us. The angel of the glad new year, e'en as I ask, has paused and crowned us. The present hour is all thou hast, he whispers, for thy sure possessing. The only wisdom hold it fast, until each hour shall give its blessing. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Since September by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org. Recording by Nadu. Beloved one, who entered last autumn God's own rest and peace. Ah, what have the months brought unto you since your glad release? And what have you seen of his glory, ineffably bright? How near have you been to the presence of love and of light? When you rose free from fetters of earth life, and saw on the bed the pale lifeless form in its silence, and heard, she is dead. When you stood in the chamber of sorrow, in the hushed darkened room, with its weird changing phantoms and shadows, its silence and gloom, did a thrill of heavenly rapture, of ecstasy strange, come over your soul in that moment of wonderful change? When that which was you lay extended, whitely robed for the tomb, with the folded hands clasping pale lilies, shining fair through the gloom? Did you mark all our tears and our anguish? Did it grieve you to see that we took no note of your presence, your sweet ministry? The autumn came on in its glory, the maples burned bright, and brooded over hillside and valley that magical light. Again through low-lying shadows gleam faintly the hills, again all the air a strange hush of expectancy fills. The rare perfect days you so treasured, we feel you are near. We wait half expectant and silent, your footsteps to hear. Canst thou come, O beloved, and tell us that which never hath been told? Can there not be again sweet communion for us as of old? I know you are near when my spirit perceives purer life, when messages come from the angels with high meaning rife. Ah, what to you has this autumn in its loveliness been, if its beauty to us is so wondrous, through our vision dim? You would tell us all, my beloved, that to you is so clear. Your love is as pure and as perfect as when you were here. You read all our questioning longings, our fear and our awe, but between the dead and the living God fixeth a law. Not yours is the power to overcome it. Death is dumb to us here, because life is death to its meanings, its messages clear. So love, though you answer my longings, when my heart calls for you, and your patient love ever enfolds me, so tender and true, my eyes are too dim to behold you, though you are so near. But soon in a radiant dawning will all things grow clear. For soon among flowers that are fadeless, white lilies of peace, we shall hold sweet communion again, love, that shall never cease. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
From Fire to Frost by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by May Knight. The sauna plant of the Himalayas was once a flower of the tropics, growing near volcanoes. Flower of the burning lava, ages and ages ago, springing from the depths volcanic, from heat and fervor and glow. Now the flower of the ice world, what of grace hast thou lost? Leaving the summer's glory, turning from fire to frost. Passion and strife are over, pain is transformed to peace. The fever of restless daring now shall forever cease. Yet all of that intense emotion, not a pulse beat hath been lost, through thy crystallized transformation, flower of the fire and the frost. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Christmas Message by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. Though I sit in darkness this Christmas Eve, I know that the world is fair, and the musical chime of the Christmas bells will ring on the morning air. And though I have neither gems nor gold as tokens to place before you, I will not repine, for love greater than mine its gladness and grace throws o'er you. And I will arise and rejoice to day in the world's glad loving and giving, and will sing a song in my heart alway for the untold richness of living, for the comfort of hope, and the beauty of love, for the faith that faileth us never, for the peace on earth and good will toward men, and the star that shineth forever. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Isabelle by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Greg Giordano. Newport Richey, Florida. In Memoriam. Thy voice from inmost dreamland calls, the realms of sleep thou makest fair. William Watson. 1. The summer comes again. You do not come, and yet we know with you that all is well, and that your love is with us as of old, Isabelle. 2. What have you found the other side of life? What of its sweet, strange mysteries could you tell? Beyond the sunrise, past the morning star, Isabelle. 3. The summer comes again with tender bloom, with golden sunlight, silver rain that fell o'er emerald verdure, where pale roses leaned, Isabelle. 4. The rose and gold of dawn over sapphire seas, the sunset glories that you loved so well, the air all shimmering in its opal tints, Isabelle. 5. All these have come again, but not your voice. Yet with you, love, we know that all is well. The light dies softly over shore and sea, Isabelle. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Two Days by Lilian Whiting. Read for LibriVox.org by Larry Wilson. You gave me roses, love, last night, when the sea was blue and the skies were bright, and the earth was aglow with a golden light, when you gave me roses, love, last night. Lilies, I lay by your side today, and your face, it is colder and whiter than they, and I linger and hasten and wonder and pray, as I bring you lilies today. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. End of From Dreamland Sent by Lilian Whiting.